Hey guys, it's Jen. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a tutorial for a acetate envelope that I had made. I showed this on a previous project share video. I made it as part of my design team projects for Buttons Galore and more, and a few people asked if I would show you guys how I made it, so I thought I would do that today. I am not an expert envelope maker. This is just how it worked for me. There are probably other ways, maybe better ways to make these online, but I'll just show you how I did, and then you can be the judge for yourself, okay? So let's just take a tour of it. This is made out of one piece of acetate. It's sealed with Velcro, and the inside has a sewn-in piece, and then it also has a separate pocket. So that piece of paper is sewn in, but you can add things in here to this pocket. I was thinking like a letter, obviously, or if you're sending it to a crafty friend, you can add in some like die cuts or something relatively flat. The flap is a shaker, obviously, so I think that is super fun about this. The back, I did not put any bits in this one, but I made another one that I'm going to show you. I did put some bits in there. That's a good thing about having the back flap sewn, or the back piece sewn shut. You can add some more things inside. I wouldn't put too much because then it adds bulk to your envelope, and I think just on the flap itself is fun. So that's what it looks like. I will show you the other one I made, and then we'll go over things that you'll need to make it, and we'll make one together. This one I made as well, but I used a Halloween theme. I added some, as you can see, some fun shaker bits to the shaker part, some ghosts and the word boo and pumpkins and Halloween colors, and I glued on 2 buttons that coordinate. That was also from my design team package. Also added Velcro, and this Halloween paper, I just hauled it today. It's from the Halloween Market Collection by Cartabella, and I just love it. So I was excited to make another, or start making a project with these. So I used one of the cut aparts for the inside of this envelope, and the back I added some of the ghost paper, and this one I did add a couple of shaker bits, just some bats that I'd gotten, I think from Target last year, but they shake around and they're sewn in, so they're not going to go anywhere, and they're nice and flat, so it just keeps the envelope flat. So that's it. And okay, that's not quite glued on all the way, so I mean, I did glue it, but it's not dry. Anyway, so these are the 2 I made, and the one we make together today, we're going to use this paper as well. The paper I used, it's an older collection from Michaels. It's called Mermaid Lagoon, and I have it put together with a rubber band because I've used it so much, the whole pad is like falling apart. But this is the paper. It's got cut aparts, it's got really pretty like textured paper and that sort of thing. So I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to use a piece of 11 by 14 acetate. And this is the pad that I have. I got it from Amazon. I'll link it down below for you guys. If you don't have this size, of course you could adapt this pattern for whatever size you want. It'll just make your finished envelope a little bit different. But, you know, it's flexible. If you need help with that, let me know. I mean, I made this up myself, so I'm sure I could help with any other size. So, okay, so we have the paper, we need acetate, you're going to need some shaker bits, and I have a mix I just made before, which is my favorite part of any project, making the shaker mix. You're going to need some buttons for the closure. Actually, they're just decorative because you will be closing it with Velcro, and just something to cover up the Velcro, I think. So I just have these from Dollar Tree that I always use. Okay, and you're going to need a bone folder, which I have right here. You're going to need, anything else? A scoreboard would be nice. You don't absolutely need one, but grab your scoreboard if you have one. So let's get started, and I'll show you how we make this cute little acetate envelope. Okay, so first what you'll do is you'll take your piece of 11 by 14 acetate and cut it in half lengthwise, so you'll have a piece that looks like this, which is 5.5 by 14. And then you're going to score it, sorry for that glare there, score it at 7 inches, so it's that's right in half. Okay, so I'm sorry you can't see the top of the page, or the top of my screen, the top of my scoreboard, but I can't get it all in the shot at once. But all right, just trust me, I'm doing it at 7 inches, okay? All right, so we have the acetate scored at 7 inches. Then you're going to fold it along that score mark. Acetate is a little trickier to work with than paper. It just kind of tends to slide around a lot. So that's why I like to score it first and then fold it. And use your bone folder and give it a good crease. Okay, so now you have a piece like that. I apologize in advance for the glare throughout this whole video. Okay, and then what you're going to do, you have a folded side and an open side. At the folded side, count over 3¼ inches and score there. So I'm going to get out my scoreboard again. We have it put at the folded side, and I'm going to score. And that's going through the both layers of acetate. Give it a good score. I actually sometimes like to turn it over and score it on that side too. Okay. Oops. So move that out of the way. All right, so now you're going to go ahead and fold on that line that you just made, both layers. Now let me just pick it up so I can see. It's so hard to do this through the camera because, you know, with the glare and everything, it's hard to see the fold or the score line. Okay, so that looks about right. And then take your bone folder and squish that. Squish? Smooth. Okay, so looks like this. I don't know if you can see it very well, but let me show it against this. So you have the folded edge here, the open edge is at the back, so it's starting to take the shape of an envelope. Okay, so next step, we are going to trim the flap of the envelope so it tapers in, which is like this part here, okay? And this part, this from here to here is about 2.5 inches. So we're going to measure over 1.5 inches from here and 1.5 inches from here. And I'll show you what that looks like. Let me just get out a ruler and just get out a Sharpie or something that you can mark the measurements with. Of course, I use inches. Okay, so I am starting from the end, and this whole thing is 5.5 inches long. Okay, so I'm going to measure 1.5 inches from one end and just make a mark at the very top. And then 1.5 inches from the other end will be at 4, so mark at 4. Okay, so you have a mark at 1.5 inches and 4. And this you can cut this any way you want. You could take scissors and cut from the score line to the mark that you made, and on the other way the same thing. Or you can get out I have a rotary cutter, and it's easier for me just to hold a straight edge there and score and cut it from end to end, which I'm going to do right now. Otherwise you could just use your scissors and cut there, but let me go cut that and I'll be right back. Okay, I cut the 2 corners, so now it looks more like a flap, as you can see. So the next step is we're going to sew these 3 sides together, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, right now your acetate looks like this. It's basically like, you know, 2 sides to get 2 mirror images, and we're going to start sewing them together. So okay, so sew those 3 on your machine and leave this part open. The tip that I'm going to give you for that is when you're sewing, make sure your top thread is on this side, okay? Because if you put your top thread here, then when you close the flap, you'll see the bobbin thread. It might not matter to you if you're using the same top and bobbin thread, but I'm using a metallic thread for my top thread, so I am going to make sure that this is going to go in my machine like this. All right, so I'm going to sew these together and I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Okay, so this is sewn together, as you can see, 3 sides sewn together. This middle part is open. So if you open up your acetate, you've got kind of a pocket in here. That's the flap. So now you can take your shaker mix, whatever you make that coordinates with the papers you're going to use, and just fill it up. Get all those little shaker bits down into the flap. Like that. Isn't that cute? I use some shells and stars, and these stars are shimmers from, or sparklets from Buttons Galore and More. And the rest I had in my stash. So, okay, so now we have to close up the flap. So I'm going to sew across there. You're going to sew like on the flap side of the line, okay? Because you're still going to fold it here. So just sew it shut like right below the flap. I'll do that and be right back. Okay, it is all sewn together. So now this flap is done. The bits are not going to be going anywhere. Okay, so now we have the rest of the envelope part. So you need to cut another piece of acetate that will fit on top of this. And I cut one that is the same length, 5.5, and a teeny bit shorter. This one is going to be about 3.5. Okay, so it comes, as you can see, it doesn't quite go up to the crease, but it goes down to the bottom. Okay, and it fills out the sides. You're going to cut 2 pieces of decorative paper, and these are going to be about 3.5 by 5 3/8, so a little bit smaller than your envelope. I have this one's going to be the inside, and I picked this one for the outside. Okay, so now put these, or you know what? First, stick these together a little bit with some double-sided tape. That way they don't slide around when you're sewing. I have some tape right here that I got from Alina Craft, and just take a piece. If you have your, tape runner, that's fine. Tape runners and me don't go together very well. I'm always messing them up. I don't know why, but anyway. Okay, so just stick those together so you don't have to worry about them moving around. Okay, so to move things along, I went ahead with the next step, and I took the paper and I put it in between the 2 acetate sections and then stitched it across, just the paper and the shaker envelope part, okay? And next we're going to get started with the other piece of acetate. So take the other piece of acetate that you pre-cut, line it on top of the envelope and line up the bottom and hold it together. I use these binder clips, or these are actually binding clips for quilting, but you could use binder clips. And just clip it around just to hold it in place. Okay, that way when we sew this part together, the top will not be sewn shut. We're going to leave that part open so you'll be able to slide things in there. So, okay, so now go to your sewing machine, sew together 2 ends, 1 and 2. And if you don't want to put any shaker bits in the back envelope, you can sew the whole thing shut. I'm going to put a few shaker bits in the back, so I'm just going to sew these 2 shut, and then I'll show you how I add the other shaker bits, and then we'll sew it back together. Okay, just a sec. Okay, I'm back, and this is coming together. As you can see, I sewed these 2 edges. This is through all 3 layers, through the acetate pocket, through the paper, and then through the envelope itself. So, okay, I want to add some goodies to the back. So I'm going to take this clip off. And then I found these at Hobby Lobby. It's star confetti, and it was in the party section. I know a lot of you guys have this already. Oops, just dropped something. But I'm just going to take a few pinches. Nothing too crazy because I don't want it too bulky. That'll be good. And just spread them out. Oh, those are really pretty. There's pink, aqua, and gold stars. And they're super flat. So, perfect. All right, so now I'm just gonna stitch here, and then we'll do the finishing touches. Hold on. Okay, I'm back, and it is all sewn shut. Look at the back. I love how that looks with those stars. I think that is so cute. So this is the envelope. We have to make it a closure, but this is it. And this is your pocket. It's nice and sturdy because you sewed it. A couple tips when sewing: make sure you back stitch at the corners, okay, just to add some strength and stability to your project. Also, I use a multimedia needle to get through the acetate and the paper, and it goes through just fine. Not a problem at all. Just even if it's not a multimedia needle, just you know, like a thicker needle than if you were just sewing like quilting fabrics together or something like that. So okay, let's do the closure. Get out your Velcro, and I'm sure you guys all know how to do Velcro dots, but I will show you how I do it anyway. I put 2 of the circles together and peel off one of the sides, and then I take the flap, the inside of the flap, and center the sticky part on there, just like that, and then peel off the back one. Yeah, like that. Okay, so you have the 2 pieces stuck together, and this is sticky, so when you fold it and press it down, it's going to stick. So make sure you have it exactly where you want it to close, and then press it. These Velcro dots are awesome from Dollar Tree. I've never had a problem with them. Knock on wood. So that's how it looks, and that is ready to go. If you want, you could just leave it like that. I mean, the shaker bits kind of cover up the Velcro. I'd like to add just something there. I mean, you can dress this up as much as you want, actually, but I just add like buttons usually. So I had picked this one out before. It's a button that I added just like a little flat back pearl to, and I'm just gonna glue it on there. The glue that I find works the best for this is either E6000 or Fabri-Tac. It takes a little while to dry, so, you know, just do this and then go about your business, come back later, and it is all set. So I've got my glue, put it on top of where the Velcro dot is, and look, it's done. Voila! I hope you guys like this. If you have any questions, let me know down below. I will leave links to, let's see, I'll leave a link to the acetate that I got. And I don't think there's anything else that you need links to, right? I mean, the paper, probably not. I don't think I'll be able to find it on Michael's. That was an older collection. But the good thing about this is you can use, you can use any collection you want for any holiday, birthdays, Halloween, obviously. Put some, you know, you could put a gift card in there. You could put just a regular card, just a letter. I think it's adorable. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. If you have any questions, again, I would be happy to answer them if I can. And thanks for stopping by. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe for more tutorials and hauls and giveaways and project shares, all sorts of fun stuff. So anyway, that's it for today. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.